Now, according to Nigerian author Blossom Ozurumba, the royal baby announcement is downright sexist. That headline is up for conversation on this morning's episode of Tea Time. Hi guys, welcome to yet another interesting episode of the program where we bring you all of the best bits in the world of entertainment. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo and I'm here with a terrific team. Elsie Godwin, Ife Oshunkeye and Ife Omai. Hello people.
What's up?
Morning.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Everyone else good?
Oh well.
Yeah. Elsie, you wanted to say something? Okay.
It's
all
not
right.
for 10 hours straight.
All right. So what's new, guys? Anything new this morning? Anything that is hot as our tea?
We talked about the MET GALA yesterday, right?
Okay,
And I saw some tweets on social media where people were wondering, what is this event about? Is it just to go and dress up? And good thing is we have a figure of how much they made from that event. That's supposed to be like a fundraising, charity, and all that put together.
Yeah, that's what it's actually.
That's a whooping $15 million.
Because I think I'm glad you actually say that.
The last one.
Yeah. I like the fact that you bring that up because I think a lot of people think it's all about the dress, the glitz, the glamour, but there's actually a reason why they do this on a yearly basis, which is basically to support a lot of the projects that they handle, and they do very well every year, and I think it's getting higher and higher. Like we said, last year it was 13 million. This year it's 15 million. So they've done really, really well. And there's also talk regarding Anna Wintour. Apparently every person that comes in there has to be vetted before they actually allow you, to come for the show. And I was just like, that is just
And you know the
I
crazy
think that's
thing, you can't turn down the MET Gala. Like if they send you an invitation and you turn it down, they're never going to invite you again.
ever.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but that doesn't mean you can't turn it down. You can turn it down, but it's
Well, you
at
just
your
have
own
to
loss.
tell them beforehand, not
Of course.
them expecting you. And because I feel like to have all this whole charade and entrance, everybody should have their specific time of entrance. So you have to stick with that. So if you don't let them know you're not coming and then they put out that slot for you and you're not there,
That's the thing. Because each table and each slot actually costs money anyway. So if you don't,
$30,000.
that's the thing.
So you have to let them know beforehand.
That's the amount of the ticket to get into MET Gala.
Yeah.
I wonder what Rihanna's
$30,000.
reason was for not coming.
For not showing.
People are so mad at
Disappointed that
Rihanna.
she didn't
People
show
like
because-
people are like, okay, you haven't dropped music for us in a while.
Did you see
and
the
then
comment
you
where
need-
they're like, where your album?
Yeah, like we need your album, we need a single, we need something from you, and then
And last year she was the belle of the ball.
She
waiting
was.
for
She was.
Rihanna,
Exactly.
and then she didn't show
She
up. I
didn't
think
show
that
up.
was disappointing for
But
a lot.
I'm sure they knew she wasn't going to show
Of
up.
course.
It's
Yeah,
just
because she
not
would, because they
showing
have a
up
good
because she
relationship
just-
with her, and
so
she comes
don't
in
worry,
every year.
next time she would wow you.
Yeah, I think
But does
she
anyone know
dropped a
the
song.
reason? Was she busy with her lover?
She hasn't said anything.
Who is
Okay.
the lover?
No,
said,
she has a
"Man
lover.
down."
Who is the lover?
It's
has
all
a-
controversy. There's no facts out there.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to say anything.
What is the rumor?
I mean,
Some very rich guy. Let her go on.
Me?
speak.
Rihanna is always
I don't
dating
spread
rich
rumors,
guys.
please.
Like,
When I know the facts, I'll say.
Rihanna is always dating rich guys. So I
No,
think that she
the
didn't
blogs
know.
have always said Rihanna is dating rich guys. We haven't actually been able to verify a lot of these people.
Oh, what about the Saudi Arabian guy?
Unverifiable.
No, it was verifiable.
It wasn't.
Because there was a
She-
video.
remember she came
no,
out and
there was
said-
a video out there when they had a fight. We even discussed it on this
So
show.
because
when
you have
they
a
had
fight, you're
public
dating
fight.
someone?
No, they were obviously
We have fights
dating.
all the time. If are we dating?
Oops. Oops.
No, do we have fights all the time? Oh, I didn't know that.
Enough said. Okay. All right, I think we should move on to our next story now. What are we discussing next? I think we've got something else in the pipeline. What's our next story? Let's see. We've got a number of stories. R.KELLY? No, R.KELLY is not now. I think we're starting with Mayorkun, who blasts Burna Boy over streaming numbers. Okay, so this is quite...
Sounds like a statement. What I mean, I'm just
Do you
trying to
know
play
what?
dumb because he never really mentioned Mayorkun's name. It's just that it
Do you know
happened
what?
to be
Do you know
right after that statement that there was a release of Mayorkun's statement. But we're the ones connecting
I
the
am
dots.
so glad this is coming out right because this is not connecting the dots. Mayorkun was the one who came up with having a high streaming number, and everybody, we were all applauding him for that.
70,
And then-
by the way, 70 million.
70 million. And then Burna Boy came to write that.
No, he wrote it before.
No, he wrote it after.
He wrote it after.
Almost immediately
Yeah,
after.
almost immediately after.
Yeah.
So when he wrote that, and You know, I mentioned on the show yesterday that the problem I have with Burna Boy, he keeps saying these things, but he never tags anyone. If you have a problem with somebody, please tag them. Do you get? Tonto DK doesn't fail to do that. If she has a problem with you, she will tag you. Like, and she has a problem with you not tagging her when you are
also doing the same thing to her. Yes, I like that.
Let me know.
Yes.
You get? So Mayorkun is telling Burna Boy that, look, and which is the fact. We also discussed that on this show that it was Ye, his album title, that made it stream, because when
everyone knows it.
When Kanye West dropped his album Ye, and then his song Ye was like almost at the same time. So when everybody were going on App Store
to watch Kanye,
or on their Play Store,
searching for
music,
Kanye's
Kanye West album, they would see Ye, and that was how the world knew.
And they listened to it and they liked it.
Do you understand? So Mayorkun came out and saying that, imagine blasting me when not saying a Kanye West album, now even make your own song blow in the
But do you think that's the case? Because I think
that's the case.
No, not about Ye. I'm talking about him coming to the limelight. I think people knew Burna Boy even before Ye.
People knew Burna Boy, but not on the level that Ye got him to.
It's not because of it. People can listen to songs that sound like
even Burna Boy has admitted to this, so I don't know why you guys are arguing. He has admitted it.
He
posted for his sales, but not for the limelight. That's what I'm saying.
Limelight in the international level, it was Kanye West.
You know, we've always had this conversation.
We knew Burna Boy in Nigeria. We knew Burna Boy in Africa. But when you're talking about America, Americans knew Burna Boy after they heard the song Yeah. And that song has a vibe, so there's no way you won't love it. You get? So that was what helped.
It's a song you listen to once and love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't need to grow on you.
Ife, do you want to? Do you have any final thoughts?
I think same thing we talked about yesterday. He's just being really petty, and he needs to calm down. Let people have their shine. If they want to sign international deals from now to eternity. And
sorry, who are you referring to?
Burna Boy.
Okay.
Remember he said, he was on our show a few days ago when he said all these people signing international deals. It just sounds like a bad belay. Like he needs to calm down.
Okay, Elsie?
And he also felt like, from what she said, he also felt like he had like a background information as to Tiwa signing before he dropped that Instagram story. Almost immediately we got the Tiwa thing. So he needs to stop these shades and focus on his music. We need another hot Ye.
Okay, yes, that's what we need. I like the way Elsie summarized it.
I'm sure after Burna Boy watches the show, just be like, yeah.
All right, guys, time for a break. But when we return, we'll be bringing you the latest development on the R.KELLY saga. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Next up, we're talking about the R.KELLY saga as he's back in court to demand copies of evidence in the sex abuse case. Okay, Ife, let me start with you, Lady Ife. What you've got some final? What you? You've never
I'm
really
biased.
liked it.
I don't like the guy, so I'm happy about what's happening. So
that's
not excusing you from saying your piece. Okay.
First of all, it's only right. This guy hasn't pleaded guilty to any of these charges. So it's only right you seek more clarity, more evidence to be brought to light before judgment is made against you, especially when he's facing almost how many years in jail. So I'm not blaming him for doing this, because if they're saying they have new video evidences, then we should see
what that is.
those evidence, but we haven't seen them yet. So it's only right they asked for it. From a lawyer's point of view, I think it's only right.
Okay, Elsie?
Yeah, I mean, I am on the same page. It's not about liking him or not liking him now. It's just about proving his innocence or guilty. So if they have an evidence to back up whatever they're claiming, then they should bring it on and let the judges make their decision.
Okay.
Can I just say that the tricky thing about this whole thing is that sometimes the crime of rape especially is one that's very hard to determine or prove. So that sometimes that tone really gets all these men out of serving any crime, because if I don't go to a hospital or police station right after I've been raped, it's very hard, almost impossible to be able to prove that, you know, I did this or this person did what they did. So
there should have been a DNA swap and all of that.
Yeah,
because I
take out sperm
girls,
and all
I can't
that
remember
stuff.
who exactly, but I think one of the girls, either JW or SP, or one of them said she has semen-stained clothing, and I think they may check that. I don't know what the plan is.
That's part of
it, yeah. So
that's what I'm saying, that based on what Ifeanosi had saying, that they should bring the evidence and all of that. Like, it sounds for the law, yes. But if you put into consideration the issue that sometimes just because somebody doesn't have enough evidence doesn't mean
that it hasn't happened.
Yes.
Already.
But this evidence is a video evidence that they claim they have.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're saying, it's not even the semen now. Nobody's paying attention to that, because whether it was rape or not, it's easy for you to get somebody's semen on whatever. But if you say you have a video evidence,
it's easy to get somebody. It's not easy
I'm
to get
saying,
semen
no,
on
hold on,
paper.
I'm trying to say, if you have consensual sex with someone, you could have the semen and wake up and say it was rape. So that will not prove anything. But if you're saying you have evidence of a video of him having sex with an underage girl, then that is something everybody should say, let's see it.
It's really interesting because it happened like how many years ago? 20.
And it was on a VHS tape. That was like.
And she's been
so like, what is it? Maybe they did it in a public place, because it's not like they had smartphones back then where like something was being recorded. So it sounds like
they
maybe.
had, what's it called? Camcorders?
Was it even camcorders?
Yeah, there were camcorders then. But I'm saying that the convenience of it, that where did you have? I don't know. It's a lot of questions.
Oh man, I used to mess around with camcorders a lot.
And you just happened to be put it on when you were getting assaulted.
No, not when I was getting assaulted.
That's what I'm saying now. Like, what are the odds back then?
Their plan was R.KELLY was the one filming. He likes to film such activities.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Are you sure? Because you know one of the parents.
No, why would the girl be the one filming? Like,
but she's the one that's saying that she has the video.
Yes, because she probably got access to the video.
No, but I have to bring this in because I remember
you guys have seen that movie.
There was one time where we saw that the parents were the one that were saying they wanted to film and that they pressurized the girl to go to his house. And so I'm thinking they were the ones that were involved.
No, this is another girl entirely. Yeah, this is another girl entirely.
It's just like the first case, the one he was found not guilty of, that they said they had video evidence of him having, and they brought out the video, and at the end of the day they said they couldn't prove it was R.KELLY, and the case was dismissed.
And he also has the sexual...
he was the one accused of filming that. So he's like, it's his nature. He likes such things. He likes the camera on.
I mean, even in his interview where he freaked out, "I'm fighting for my life," that famous one. He said that he's like, women love me. And then the interviewer asked, even kids, she's like, women of all ages, old and young.
Okay.
Like, okay.
All right. Moving up to our next story. Author Blossom Ozurumba says the royal baby announcement is downright sexist. Who wants to go first?
Tokumbo and Ife should have this conversation.
Which Ife?
Ife, Lady Ife. Yeah, we are so Nigerian.
No, but this is a Nigerian author that is actually commenting.
She's probably from where you guys came from. So
no,
just
I don't think so.
Maybe
Tokumbo, what is your opinion?
All right. I just think she is just trying to jump on the feminist bandwagon, and she probably doesn't know
like
how
that's
to.
a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
No, when you're trying to jump on it, the bandwagon, then it's a bad thing, because they keep doing this thing and making the movement seem like a joke. So if you're coming out to say things that are not founded, that we don't even understand as human beings or even as women, then you're making a joke out of the movement.
So no, but she never mentioned feminism. He's attaching the fact that she's talking about sexism.
And I'm responding to you saying it's a bad thing to jump on it, and yes, it is a bad thing to jump on it.
Saying that it's a bad thing to jump on feminism is making it sound like feminism is the problem. People who are jumping on the wagon saying something else is the problem, not the feminism itself.
But usually if you're jumping on something, you're mostly saying you
okay, guys, let me clarify. Sorry, guys. Guys, hold on. Let me quickly
This.
clarify. The reason why I brought feminism into it is because I think like she's jumping on the wagon of what's her name now? The first lady that talked about the feminism, and she's also an author.
Please don't call her name.
I want to call her
Let's
name.
stop dragging this lady
Yes.
into
So
everything.
hold on. Yeah. No. I just think that because she's an author.
We've dragged feminism into it. Now we are bringing Chimamanda. Really?
No, I was the one that started it, and I was
Make
trying to make my
your
point.
point,
I was
though.
trying to make my point, you know,
Drive it
because
home.
that's where I think she's like following in the footsteps of Chimamanda as
This
an
is not
author.
Chimamanda's footstep at all.
Okay.
No.
She has her own footstep.
No, I think that she's
Elsie,
trying
do
to
you
make
wanna-
some
do you wanna go
points.
next?
No, dear.
All right.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
She is trying to make some points.
you,
If you
thank
do say that, like, all she has going for her is the statement, is
The picture.
the picture.
graphic,
And
yeah.
you see, the thing about feminism, I'm a proud feminist. Call it whatever you
Any
want.
day, anytime.
But
You get to pick and choose.
everyone,
If we go-
are you Christian?
Please, if you can have the
Yeah.
graphic.
Okay, but
image
there's
on,
a lot of
screen,
Christians
it will
that
help.
I was having this conversation yesterday, but there's a lot of Christians that do crazy things. Like
If
you
we
see some
go on
wait,
the
let me
page,
finish,
am I
and then
supposed to
let
pay
me
the
finish,
bills?
and then the pastor says
have
eat
make-up
grass
points
or
on
whatever.
this
Are you associated
state.
to that Christianity? Are you associated to that Christianity?
You should ask how deep of a
Which
Christian-
one?
Yeah,
The eating grass?
Yes.
Let
That's
me
not
tell you,
Christianity.
let me
But
tell
people,
you.
let's make our
but
points, though.
what I'm trying to say is that there's different aspects of Christianity that makes it really bad.
So
but you
there are
still
different
call
parts of
yourself
a Christian.
you still call yourself a Christian and differentiate yourself from that. Even let's not even go too far. There's Catholic, there's Baptist, there's speaking in tongues
Protestant.
people, there's whatever. So for me,
But what is wrong with
for me,
announcement?
the feminism has issues with how sexes are represented, right? And maybe it's from that stance that she's getting it
Okay.
from. I personally don't see any problem with how the Duchess and her
Exactly.
husband
I'm
have
glad you said
Why did
represented
you
the
just say
news.
this all along? You just
I'm going off what
Okay, this is it, though. It's a
Tokunbo
boy.
talked about.
That's all. It's a boy.
So can I just tell you guys that feminism wasn't even in the picture in the first place? Because this is not a feminist thing.
It is. You're talking about sexism.
Sexist.
Sexism
It's feminist.
Feminism is the economic
Equality,
and political
yeah.
social equality of
And what is
sexes.
Okay,
We're talking about
So what is the
sexism.
definition of sexism?
An inequality in
Sexism
representation of
actually comes
sexes.
under it.
You're talking
Yeah.
to a educated one, not
Go girl.
Now, tell the difference between your definition of feminism and your definition of sexism.
I need us
What are you
to. I need
talking
us to
What?
break
Okay.
down.
Now,
this
what I'm going to say
topic
is that
and not
this is totally irrelevant, and she did, whoever the author.
Did you say relevant
female?
or irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Okay, cool.
Male or female?
Female. though.
Female.
Female.
That's what
was totally unnecessary, because if I was going to announce my childbirth, it's a boy, it's a girl. It's like saying it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman. And then the plane makers are like, no, come on, man, that's very disrespectful to our brand.
I think you're missing the point a little bit.
I'm not missing the point. I'm
it's
just
not
saying that
it's
look,
not
this person is doing this for clout, and it's totally unfounded, and we shouldn't even be paying attention to this
You see,
lady. And if you look at all the backlash she got on Twitter, everybody's telling her like, is this person sane? Is this person normal?
I think
Why
she's
is
trying
she
to.
talking
Okay,
that
you
way?
know
No,
what?
I
Let's-
think Ife wants to make us see where she is coming from. So
Yeah,
until
and
you
you see,
can
the thing
do
is,
that,
it's not. She hasn't even broken down her statements.
Yes, so
she
you
said
can't-
it's exactly.
you
So what
can't
you're
judge me.
saying that
Come out
then
and
she is
talk.
too.
Then you
She-
break it down when you're trying to drive your points home. Now we don't get your point.
Okay.
because you don't get somebody's point doesn't mean that they're not trying to make a
but
point.
do you see any point at all?
Now
The
you're
only-
giving
the
our
only- the
points
only- the
because
only
we
thing-
probably
the
shouldn't
only-
even think of all of this.
The only thing is what?
This is somebody who for a living, when I research her, breaks down barriers for how people represent sexes, right? And when in a society where you've seen that there's toxic masculinity, there's inequality for women, that's her job. If she has seen this picture, I think if at all from what she has said, the only thing I could see is that maybe the color representation. There's blue for boy and whatever. I'm not saying I personally associate myself to that kind of. I think there's bigger things that feminists need to fight about, not the color in which the Duchess wants to say that
Or the fact
her
that they
child
announced it's a
was
boy.
born. Yes.
What color would be more appropriate?
If it was a okay.
Purple.
To be honest, you're asking the wrong person because I don't
If
I don't
If
care
you're
about
going
that.
to announce a childbirth, and if it was a boy, how would you announce it?
It's a boy.
And
So no,
if you
the
have to
question
use
is,
background color,
if you want to
So,
look at it from
um,
her lens, what would you say is the problem with that image? I know you don't associate yourself with
I just
those kind of
explained it.
people.
Yeah, there's a
The
lot.
picture.
No, there's a lot of How do I explain it?
I think we try too hard to be politically
If
correct.
let her explain it.
I think you try
to
too hard not to be politically correct.
Okay, here we go.
You're not letting her explain.
I
That
think
time
Ife has
is
met his match. Okay, let's move on to our next story. Otherwise, we're not going to get some leeway on this particular topic. So let's move on to our next headline. It's regarding Ruggedman, who comes for Naira Marley again. Okay, so we've talked about Naira Marley, I think, previously when the story first came out. Elsie, let me come to you first. You know, yes.
I know the video is very funny. The host, I don't know what his name is, but it's something else. At some point, it looked like he was the backup singer for Ruggedman in that interview. But Ruggedman needs to. I know Naira Marley is almost becoming a nuisance when it comes to the fact that we are trying to fight fraud and you're trying to make different excuses and then making excuses for your excuses, right? But he's done that already and he's using it to create some publicity for himself. I mean, he has dropped a song. We all see what is going on. But Ruggedman needs to let that go and focus on the cause he has been championing for a while. I mean, he's been part of the NSAS movement. He's been part of those coming out to say we cannot glorify fraud because of the condition of the country and all that.
Which was the point I was making when we discussed this.
He needs to focus, not always. I mean, you come out to call Naira Marley an upcoming artist, and Naira Marley has come out to say he is the downgoing artist.
Exactly.
So let's not make this personal. He should. He needs to focus and be matured. I mean, he also is now looking like he's trying to use Naira Marley to stay relevant, right? So they need to calm down. I think that's where I'm going to stop.
Okay, Ife or Shinkaye?
Well, Bagedi Baba, we all love you. We admire what you've been doing as far as SARS is concerned, as far as police and force reformation is concerned. But as far as music goes, you're a veteran. We respect that. You brought hip hop into the Nigerian industry. But at the end of the day, I don't think you have the right to come after. Yes, we all agreed on the show that what Naira Marley did was totally wrong and we're not in support of it. But at the same time, in as much as you're trying to do that, I don't think you should try to bring anyone down because Naira Marley never referred to you, so it was totally wrong of him to call him out. And if he had done that and he had said it in a better way, maybe Naira Marley won't come for him. But right now, Naira Marley is more relevant, so you are the one getting shaded and you're the one getting beaten in the
I would love to hear what you've got to say.
Why?
Because you have another opinion.
No,
because she's becoming the advocate of all advocates.
Yeah, you know, she's taking my place. I like that.
Me, I will stand for what's right. I'm not advocating for all advocates. I'm advocating for what makes sense.
Okay.
If he's talking about fraud, he's talking about fraud. That's 100% right. He has every right to do that. We're dealing with someone, like you said, that in a way is a bit of a nuisance with how he responds, how he attacks people and all of that stuff. On top of the fact that you are representing or you're defending fraud, like it's very tacky for me. It's very low. It's like, But his response with Naira Marley's thing, I'm that kind of person that I like to do what's right so that I don't give you any reason to insult me.
Yeah.
Ruggedy Baba missed that point that if you start to interact with people when you're going lower than you're supposed to, such a thing would happen. You've said your point once, you've said it twice, you said it on social media. Why do you need to go on the street? You're taking your precious time. It obviously isn't that precious if you're thinking about this guy so much that you have another thing to say.
And they called you for an interview for this guy. And
so
it's a bit much, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, I think we're all on the same page here. It's a bit much on Ruggedy Baba's side.
But it doesn't mean we don't love Ruggedy Baba.
And it doesn't mean what he's saying is wrong.
Yes, exactly.
Calling him an upcoming artist is wrong, though.
Yeah,
yes.
very, very
well,
wrong.
I mean,
he is in the grand scheme of things.
Not exactly.
No, I think both of us
he's not.
That's the definition of an upcoming artist. Well, how long has he been in the
Naira Marley is the definition of an upcoming artist.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's
It's not, see, upcoming artist is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think.
But it's nice to
Viewers are singing along.
Even Cardi B was an upcoming artist last year.
right? You can't just wake up and call her an upcoming artist now.
Okay, guys.
So it's right for Naira Marley to call him a downgoing artist.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We get it.
Nice.
We can move on.
It's a difference of opinions. That's how we're going to wrap it right here. And that's exactly where we wrap up this morning. We're back this afternoon, though, with a brand new episode of the program, and we'll be having a guest, so don't miss it. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, Ife, Elsie, the two Ifes, actually, I should say, and then the entire production team, and our group of stylists, Kudis Empire and Liz Harrison. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you later this afternoon.